This video is brought to you by cigarettes. Thanks for watching this look at the good stuff from 1962. First, time to plug the Patreon. For $2 a month, you get Discord access. For $5 a month, you get early access. And if we get to $400 a month, I will rank every year-end number 4. So if you like what I do and want to support the channel because we can't get monetized, then click the link below and pledge to us. And now this. This was a tough one to do. A very tough one.
It's just my funny way of laughing.
Not for a lack of worthwhile content, but yes, that was a factor. Once again, I had to really dig to find anything to consider for the list. Like, I'd find something and go, oh, that's not bad. And then after a few listens, try my best to figure out if it's worth putting into the honorable mentions or the list proper. And then when I did find 10 things to highlight on the list proper, I had a tough time trying to figure out what order to put everything in. I'm not saying any of these could be number 1. It's more like they all could have been number 5 or number 4, at best. Good, but not great. But to quote a presumably wise man, it is what it is. Music just hadn't figured out where it was going yet. So let's see where it probably could have gone. We are taking a look at...
Shout, shout, and knock your stomach out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream, you know what I mean. Put another dime in the wrecking machine. Hey!
You know what the early 60s had a lot of? Novelty songs.
Well, this cat's name is Alley-Oo.
In fact, I'm surprised I haven't found much novelty songs for the worst list. Might be because the shtick was getting old, but for most of that era, there were plenty of novelty songs. Many of them stupid, some of them bordering on racist, and that's putting it nicely. Not all novelty songs are crap, though.
People always ask me, how do you make a hit record?
Like, here's one from Brook Benton, one of the most well-known artists of early R&B. And he's gonna tell you how he does it.
I get a little beat,
Okay, a beat. Nice.
and I get a little song.
Probably would have picked something better, but hey, you do you.
Then the band comes along.
Yeah, this is Memphis Soul Stew.
4 level tablespoons of oil in Memphis guitar.
I mean, that song wasn't around until later, but it's the same idea. There it's presented as cooking instructions.
That's all I needed to make a hit record.
Here it's just regular instructions. With some insight about the record industry thrown in.
Then I met a man with a long cigar.
Yeah, the stereotypical evil executive with the cigar and probably devil horns and such.
Well, he made me sign the paper for 20 years. But I didn't mind that paper.
You sure about that?
Man, we can't go wrong.
First off, a 20-year contract seems a bit much. Second, speaking as someone who's seen more than their fair share of contracts gone horribly wrong, you might not mind that paper now, but you're probably gonna mind it in about 2 or 3 years.
Now I'm walking on air. I ain't got a care.
But, you know, it's a fun little jam. And that whole gimmick, I think, is kinda cool. I mean, shit, if it's that easy to make, let's see if I could try it. Okay, beat. Alright, song. Alright, now the band comes in. Yeah, now we got a hit record.
That's all I needed. And I got a hit record.
Shout, shout, and knock your stomach out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream, you know what I mean.
And while we're on the subject of novelty songs,
When I take my baby home at night.
has this ever happened to you? You're out on a date at the sock hop with your steady girlfriend. Things are going well, you're having so much fun. Why, you could even be doing some
I can't wait to kiss and hold her tight.
Then comes the end of the night, the time when you finally kiss. But this happens instead.
She says, just a moment, please. I can't find my keys.
Oh no, your steady girlfriend has a lot of clutter in her purse and she just can't find her keys.
Curlers, tweezers, cold cream and candy bars, but she can't find her keys.
Yeah, she's got an awful lot of things.
Presley records, hairspray and jelly beans.
Wait, jelly beans? What is she, the Easter Bunny?
But I'm standing here waiting for a good night kiss.
And he's just standing there, waiting for a goodnight kiss. And waiting. And waiting.
I give up, go home and go to sleep.
Well, eventually he leaves while she probably busts in through her bedroom window or sleeps in the yard. But the two go on a date again, and things are great again. And then it happens again.
She pulls out gumdrops, glasses, magazines, and tangerines.
Okay, now I'm convinced that this girl is trolling him. Oh, you want a kiss? No problem. Let me find my keys first. Let's see,
Nail file, school books, and autograph of baby and
face cream, Plan B pills, a picture of Jungkook in his underwear,
frozen custard, piano bench, pretzels, and a monkey wrench.
flathead screwdriver. Ah, here we go. My Hello Kitty coffee mug with the sprinkles in the handle. I was wondering where that was.
Eyebrow pencils, perfume and potato chips.
Sylveon plushie, Rainbow Dash figurine in a jar.
And TV set, electric fan.
Oh, there's that TV set I've been looking for.
But I'm standing here waiting for a good night kiss.
You know, as someone who loves a good troll, I can get behind this. Not to mention, it's a super effective way to get that douchebag off your back.
But she can't find her keys.
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
I talked some about how there were so many Twist songs on the chart the previous week, and the same is true of that week. Like, there's this song called Twistin' White Silver Sands. That's a weird title. It's basically an organ-driven instrumental track that I guess is good for doing the twist too. But there was one Twist song that is very much not something to do the twist to. Nope, this is a story about Twistin' Matilda and the Channel. Now, if you want an actual Twist song with that title, well, Chubby Checker's got you covered. But this isn't about the twist. This is about the channel, which... I honestly don't know what that means. Like, there's nothing about TV channels or anything in the lyrics. If I had to guess, it would mean some kind of road. Because this song is actually about a con artist who takes your money and gambles it in Vegas. Oh yeah, Twistin' Matilda is twistin' twisted. She took some poor sucker just looking for love and conned him out of everything. And he could have avoided this too.
My friends all told me what she would do. She'll steal from me and she'll steal from you.
Yeah, exactly. Just ask Chubby Checker. He trusted Twistin' Matilda once. Never again.
I follow Jumpy Shubby.
Well, I guess I should say something about this Jimmy Soul guy. Who even is he anyway?
If you wanna be happy for the rest of your life.
Oh shit, this was him? Didn't realize that. Well, learn something new every day, I guess.
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
But then he comes up, shall he
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, uptown girls, some uptown world.
Uptown, he knows that I'll be standing by.
Well, anyway, this is the Crystals, one of many girl groups under the criminally insane thumb of Phil Spector. And while it's easy to call him the Dr. Luke of his time, the ghost of Phil Spector will gladly have you hold his whiskey while he brings a gun into the recording studio and literally kills a girl. Until Dr. Luke does... Oh god, I just realized I might be giving him ideas.
Downtown, he's just one of a million guys.
Anyway, this is about how when he's downtown, he's just another face in the crowd. But when he's uptown at his girl's home, he's like her entire world and stuff. Kinda like a caught between two worlds kind of thing. Speaking as a downtown guy, yeah, I can get with this.
And when I take his hand, there's no man can put him down.
Sometimes you just gotta get away from all that hustle and bustle. And if that guy's way of doing so is going uptown to see his girlfriend, it's a pretty damn good sentiment. Sun downtown, man, is what I am.
Let me tell you now,
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
And now for something for when you want to get away from the city altogether. This one is... Okay, you know Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, right? Yeah, that's the kind of thing this is to me. Like, just sitting, looking at the water, and just doing nothing but sitting and staring for hours on end. And while Edgar Bilk's clarinet might be no Otis Redding whistle, listening to it still gives me those same feelings of depression and burnout and trying to get yourself as far away from everything as you can. Because it's all too much, and sometimes you just want to go far away and just do nothing for a while. And as what was surely a sign of things to come, this was a #1 hit from a British guy. And it led to lots and lots of covers. Some of them put lyrics to the song, some of them were sampled. It did eventually get to the point where he got tired of it and grumbled about it to the BBC. Or maybe that was one of those days when he just wanted to get away to the shore. Either way, this is a well-deserved classic. Well, speaking of breaks, let's take one now. With the sponsor of this video, cigarettes. With its smooth menthol-y taste and rich tobacco flavor, one puff and you'll be cool. Observe. Oh god, this is what you did for fun?
Hiya, Mr. Flintstone.
Greetings, Rocky, my boy. Pack of Winston's, please.
Oh, you like them Winston cigarettes, huh, Mr. Flintstone?
But of course, they really got something.
You bet your life. Folks who really enjoy smoking know it's what's up front that counts. And that's where Winston steps out ahead of the crowd with their exclusive filter blend. Choice golden tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoke.
Hold it.
What you mean?
What are you pitching Winston's at me for? You know I never smoke nothing else.
Just practicing, Mr. Flintstone. Everybody knows that.
Winston tastes good, like, cigarettes should.
Yeah.
See you soon, Rocky.
Oh, it's hot in here. Let's get some air.
I'm with you.
Heavenly.
Sure is. Cigarette?
Oh, I don't know. They all taste sort of flat about now.
Oh? Then it's time you change to cool.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough till you come up to cool. Cool's menthol magic brightens taste, refreshing all day through. Feel
little extra coolness in your throat as cool comes through for you.
Cool enough?
Perfect.
You're not smoking cool, cool, cool enough till you come up to cool.
Come all the way up to cool. Cool Filter Kings with the pure white filter.
All right, let's get back to it.
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
When she kissed me, I was born, then she said goodbye.
Oh boy, here we go again. Another young broken heart. How's he gonna get over this one?
'Cause I found that place for lovers who wander, yeah, whoa.
By going to a place for lovers who wander, of course. That'll fix that broken teenage heart of yours.
See the light, I'm wise to her. 'Cause I found that place for lovers who wander, yeah.
So, if you got a broken heart and you want to stop feeling like shit, then go to the place for lovers who wander. You know, a place full of wandering lovers just wandering around looking for love. Like, oh, let's just call it what it is, a whorehouse. Like, you got broken up with and you're feeling lonely, so you go to this place and you feel like a lucky man. I mean, I guess you can just go to a regular dive bar or something, but I choose to imagine this guy is mending his broken heart by buying prostitutes. And I can get behind that because, well, sex workers are people too. And there's just a happy, jovial tone to it. Certainly makes me want to go to my local whorehouse. And Dion, well, he sells this song really well. That guy just does not get appreciated enough.
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
Hey, want to hear a young Patti LaBelle? Yes, that is Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. With their top 20 hit, I Sold My Heart to the Junk Man. See, she gave her heart to a guy who just straight up broke it so hard, she might as well have just given it to a pawn shop or a landfill. It's like symbolism or something. Yeah, like a toy. A cheap toy that you play with for a short while, then it breaks, and then you throw it away. Just like you threw her heart in a 2-ply hefty bag. Take note, guy from Train. This is how you do it right. And Patti just sells it with that voice of hers. Like, you could just feel how pissed off she is at all this. She might as well have actually just sold her heart to the junk man. At least she'd get money out of that.
Shout, shout, and knock yourself out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
It's America's game, the one and only Powerball.
This is how I remember Ray Charles, doing rockin' commercial jingles for the Powerball. I mean, I know all of you can name about 3 or 4 things you'd remember before this. But you know what? Even when showing for the Powerball, Ray Charles could still kill it.
But I ain't seen high, I have my baby since that day.
Well, we have yet another song about a woman taking everything from a man and just leaving in the middle of the day.
I was lying in the bed with fever, and I was burning up inside.
And when he's sick in bed, too. Come on, that's just cruel.
Well, I waited for her 24 hours.
Well, he waited at least a day for her, and when she didn't show up, he did what anyone would do. He called the police. And they said,
"No, by heck, but we will get her yet, because they were looking for her too."
Ah, so she's a criminal. I guess this really is just like that other song. Did she fuck off to Vegas with his money too?
Well, I called my Dr. Foster.
Well, he waited and still no show, and he's still sick. So he called the doctor and...
She said he left with a lady patient.
Oh God, she ran off with his doctor? Wow, this lady is worse than a criminal.
Well, I ain't seen high, now have my baby.
Like, he's sick in bed and she's just gonna disappear with his doctor? That's low, really low. My heart is just breaking for poor Ray Charles. Maybe he should play the Powerball. I mean, if he wins, that'd be some karma right there.
Shout, shout, and knock your stomach out. Come on, yell, yell, loud and swell. You gotta scream, scream. You know what I mean?
For all the talk about how weird the early 60s were, there were, in fact, some seeds being planted for the decade to come. I mean, JFK was president. He started us on the road to that new frontier he kept campaigning about before getting assassinated. And even though people were calling the time of death on rock and roll, there were some other very 60s sounds that were at least starting to bubble up. Like this one. Yes, come on down to the Village of Love. It's a village of love with love and loving and such. Come on! Man, you want to talk about old school? This is preschool, the very beginning. I imagine that for people in 1962, it was wild to be hearing this in between the wimpy crooner stuff that infested the charts back then. Like, where did this even come from? Well, this came from a label called Fortune Records in Detroit. I saw a very long YouTube comment that says that this was the only hit single to come from the label. They wanted a major label to distribute the song, but United Artists failed to reimburse them for sales. Goes to show that even back then the record industry execs were greedy bastards. But even without the real major label support, this still managed to almost hit the top 20. And even though Motown did exist back then, it was still some time away from really blowing up, so you might even call this a prototype Motown song. Fortune, for what it's worth, actually managed to stay in business for over 50 years, pumping up lots of unpolished R&B songs. Another act on their label I should point out was Nolan Strong and the Diablos. They didn't really go anywhere, and they had very few fans. Two of those fans were Lou Reed and Smokey Robinson, though. So on top of everything, you might call Fortune Records the original hipster label. We're going back to Arkansas. Alright, so now that we've looked at the Village of Love, why is it in Arkansas? Anyway, let's head over to the Village of Anyway, let's go over to the Village of Honorable Mentions.
Darling, I love you. You know that you lie.
Oh hey, it's the Stand By Me guy. Yeah, he had other songs too. This one about how you shouldn't play that song because you said you loved me but you lied. I like it. Just a nice soaring song that's just so nice and soaring. A cover of that Isley Brothers classic, although a little bit different. Among other small changes, Joey D would work part of it into his biggest hit. The Peppermint Twist. Like I said, the early 60s were all about that twist stuff. The Godfather of Soul, the early years. This one's a fun groovin' track. One that makes me want to take the night train to all the cities that James Brown shouts out. He name dropped my city. I feel special now. As someone who played percussion as a kid, yeah, this is pretty good stuff.
Some folks call me fat, so
I I like Fats Domino. He had a handful of really good songs and a lot of character. This isn't as good as the one about walking, but it's fine. I do have one tiny little problem, though.
My real name is the Handyman.
Come on, that's not even a real name, much less yours, Mr. Antoine Dominique Domino Jr. May you forever find your thrill on Blueberry Hill.
We're the John Birch Society, the John Birch Society.
Even in the innocent early 60s, there were people who weren't afraid to call out the bullshit of the moral guardians. Yeah, I agree. Fuck the John Birch Society.
He keeps on preaching brotherhood, but we know what he means.
And the crazy thing is, you can easily update it for the modern times. Just swap them out with the Trumpers and nothing would change. Call it another example of the seeds of the 60s.
In the John Birch Society.
Anyway, let's finish it. So here's a very old song that I know all of you remember.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Yes, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. That old holiday classic that made the year-end list last year and will probably continue to do so because Billboard is stupid and never knows what the hell it's doing. But you know, it's pretty good for what it is, I guess.
Let the Christmas spirit ring.
I mean, it's fun, it's got a nice guitar to it, and Brenda Lee sounds amazing for being only 13 at the time. I mostly associate it with that scene from Home Alone where Kevin is staging a Christmas party to fool the wet bandits. It's no Angels with Filthy Souls, but it's a classic scene all the same. But what about the girl behind the song? Like, I am just not familiar with anything she's made that didn't have that Christmas crap on it. Seems to have been lost to time. But it turns out she not only wasn't a one-hit wonder, she was far from it, racking up a handful of top 10 hits during the turn of the decade. And one of them was on the charts that week. So let's see what Miss Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree did for the other 11 months.
Why did I listen to my friends?
Are we sure this isn't Patsy Cline?
Everybody loves me.
Okay, first off, Patsy Cline did appear on the charts that week.
Imagine the hairs.
That song is alright. But this one, when I first heard it, I really thought it was her. Which is not a bad thing to be, mind you. I'm told that this is remembered by fans of Cold Case because it played during the end of an episode. I never watched that show, but even if I have, it's supposed to be about the music, man.
When they told me what to do.
And oh boy, this song. First off, it's yet another Broken Heart song. Seems like that's been a running theme on this list. But what makes this very heartbreaking is the title of the song. Everybody Loves Me But You. What could that possibly mean?
And say I'm sorry, you're blue.
Well, it means her friends tried to warn her that the boy she was with would toy with her heart and then leave her. And he did, and she's sad, but she still has her friends. And she can't tell him because...
'Cause I'm afraid they'll leave me too.
Oh yeah, spoken word monologues, gotta have that too. But yeah, she needs her friends more than ever now to get through this. In fact, let's get back to the Patsy Cline comparison, because there's one song of hers that this really reminds me of.
I've got the records, she's got you.
This is She's Got You. It's about how Patsy has all the memories of the lost love of her life, but not him because he's with someone else now and it hurts.
I still ask my friends what to do.
Similarly, she still has her friends, but not the boy she loved. And it hits just as hard as that Patsy Cline song does. Just goes to show you can have all the friends in the world, but it won't mean shit if you have that one thing missing from your life. But to quote a definitely wise man, take a look around. At least you got friends.
But he loves me.
impossible to eat. Lemon tree,